Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about tips for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And we're not going to be talking about these tips in a specific order. It's not going to be for maybe high tier or low tier players. There's going to be tips in there for all kinds of groups, no matter where you are in the game. There'll be tips in here for you, just some stuff you might not know, some stuff you might know. Let's just get into the first one. So number one is buying and selling items, particularly health potions, okay? And so you go to this vendor over here, it's the apple symbol on the map, to buy things from. Let's talk about selling first. You'll have items you'll just collect by playing that are gonna say, you know, for sale, used to make money, make zenny. And so that's the stuff you just want to sell, you want to get rid of, and use that to buy these health potions, alright? And it's all of these top things, they give you health, and as you buy them, you'll learn which ones are better than others. Obviously, the ones that cost more are the ones that do better. But next I'll show you how to equip these, because they don't really tell you any of this. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to pause, items, and scroll over the health potions, alright, whatever you want to call them. They have all these other subsections with other stuff in it, but we're just going to focus on the health right now. Alright, you press X or whatever the corresponding button is on whatever you're playing, and you need to equip it in one of these spots. You can equip up to 4 things, and that's just what you want to do. It doesn't matter what spot you put them in, really. Just put them in any spot you want. And then the third step is how to use them in battle. So here you see I'm going to take damage. You see my health is lowered over there in the bottom right. And then you hold up on the D-pad on controllers, and then it gives you your list of healing items. And you can use whichever one you want, as many as you want. And this is really going to help. You know, none of the battles are too hard, but for some battles where you carry over health, this can help a lot. The next thing I want to talk about is totally random. If you open the menu and you press Y on Xbox, Triangle on PlayStation, it will open this Encyclopedia, which just gives you a bunch of rewards. These cards you don't care about, but the D tokens is what you use for training, so that's something that you can just do every so often and get your coins so that you can continue to train. So this next tip I don't want to particularly say is going to be the rarest tip, but I have not seen this anywhere else. So to the right of your health there, you see that little flame bar? I'll zoom in on it for you guys, next to Gohan's profile picture. So as you build up combos, I believe as you take damage just throughout the battle, and for some battles are too short for it to build up, but it will slowly start to build up. And I do not remember any tutorial telling you what this does. You know, I haven't seen anyone talk about it. And once it's filled like that and glowing, what you do is you want to charge your energy up. Y on Xbox, Triangle on PlayStation. It'll give you this burst of energy, and you just become super strong. You can see it draining there on the right. That's how much time you have, just like your energy. And this is me just mashing the attack button here and just absolutely going off, not using any special moves, nothing. Just it's pure attacking. And you know, obviously it does boost your special moves, but it just allows you to deal out huge amounts of damage in short periods of time. So this is something that if you're stuck on a fight, or maybe just for these robots that encounter you, if you just don't want to spend time on them, you can use this and just fly through them. This will really be helpful. So this next tip is kind of like the Encyclopedia one. So if you open the map, and if you don't know where Master Roshi is, here's where he is. You go to Master Roshi, and there's these challenges inside the Encyclopedia that you complete. And when you go to him, he gives you rewards, and I just mean tons of rewards for these challenges. So maybe, you know, just every time you play, or just every now and then, just go talk to Master Roshi, get a whole bunch of rewards, a whole bunch of gifts, just level up your characters. You don't have to do anything, you just go talk to him and that's it. So this next tip is kind of geared towards the further along players, maybe after the Frieza saga, after the Cell saga, that kind of area of the game. And so you'll have these red little crown icons, I guess is what you can call them, on the world map and on the map for each location. What these are just higher level enemies, right? And the game tells you this. But what it doesn't tell you is that if you clear out all of these crown icons, all these units of higher level enemies in one area, it spawns more higher level enemies. So like for example, the initial map locations that were here, these higher level enemies, were I believe level 45-ish. You know, the 5 locations that the enemies were at. And then I finished all of those. And then it gives you a little cutscene with stronger enemies that I believe are in the 55-ish range. And then after you finish that, it gives you another enemy that is an even higher level. And these are really good for getting, well, one, just for more content once you've beaten the game, or if you're just looking for things to do to level up. But they're really good for the special types of orbs, not the red, blue, green ones. Those you can get anywhere from anything. But the rainbow ones, the gold ones, the really special ones that you need at kind of the higher skill tree levels, that's what this is good for. So next up, this is one for the lower, real lower level players, beginning of the game. There's 4 ways initially to kind of take off from a grounded stance, right? They don't really teach you this really. They kind of tell you the controls, and you gotta figure it out. So there's 4 different ways to do it, essentially. So 1 is just holding right bumper and going straight up, which is probably the least efficient way. 2 is kind of double jumping and then thrusting forward once you started flying. 3 is where you start running fast, and then just jump and take off. But the most efficient way that I've found, that again they don't tell you about, is you can just hold Y or triangle from the ground and just take off going straight from there. Okay, so this next one is again for beginners, and you're going to need to keep pause if you're trying to follow this step by step. So you're going to open your characters, go to whichever character you want, and then this is the move screen, alright? You access this by pressing X or square on a character. You have, your abilities on the right. These are your super attacks, and you can change them out for whatever abilities you want, whichever ones are of your liking. And then what you can do when you click a Y or triangle on the character is open the skill tree. Right, you have to spend those orbs on individual skills. The little green symbol means you have to do a training mission for it, kind of. And so once you unlock these, you don't just have them equipped. You need to go back to this X, skill palette screen and equip the skills you want. It'll tell you how much Kai it takes and all of that. You have these kind of passive abilities you can also equip, and your different transformations will be here also. So when you unlock Super Saiyan, you come in here to equip it. Kaioken, all of that is in that menu. And like I said, just wanted to break that down super quickly in case you couldn't figure any of that out. So the last tip on this video is for the higher tier players again. If you scroll over a location and you press X or square on it, it'll give you all the materials in it. Which, it tells you right there on the bottom of the screen, but some people just might not notice that. It's super helpful if you're trying to craft something specific. You can find everything you need in this menu. Specifically, iron is an absolute pain to get, but it's there, alright? But that's it for this video. If you guys want to see more hidden tips and stuff like that, let me know. Probably be reviewing this game within the next couple of days. Have to finish it. I'm in the last quarter right now. But let me know what you guys think of the game and the tips down below.